That's kind of like saying my immortal from Evanescence, and then never mind. Yeah.
What a statement to come into.
See, I
Sup?
was thinking my Sharona.
That works too.
Sharona.
All right, Billy, we're gonna try to keep things short today.
Okay.
We'll do our best.
Mhm.
We won't have a crazy 5-hour battle.
Listen, I was trying to speed things up. I was throwing guys left and right.
Yeah, did you like my quote there? I thought it was good.
I did.
I was like,
Thank you,
yeah, that happened
zombie.
twice in one session.
You know,
Okay.
just gotta keep killing guys with other guys.
Got Bizarre Shinzom. We just need Billy onto roll 20.
I'm getting there.
Cool. I didn't technically plan for a fight this session, but I was ready for one if so happened. But we'll try to avoid major conflict, just so the session doesn't run too long.
I'll just let the bard with the +7 persuasion. I'll just talk the way out of anything.
I'll just put everybody to sleep.
You're going to run out of spell slots.
It's fine. If I don't have to fight, I can just... if I don't have to fight, I don't need to use any of them.
Okay, I have to take that one, though. Damn it. There's locate animals or plants. I'm really leaning into getting that strictly so it can hopefully help locate the
dire
jackalope.
cardinal?
That too.
Can't spike jackrabbit. Oh, dire cardinals are kind of... I know where to find them.
I feel like we need to find the dire cardinal.
But then
before we
there's
find
also
anything.
wither and bloom.
Oh shit! Somebody from work is like, "Can you call me?" I'm like, "Why right now?" Like,
Text them back and be like, "Call D's nuts."
jeez.
Yeah, still saying disconnected.
Text them back and just be like, "Roll for initiative."
No, I'm not even. I'm not even gonna message back. Okay.
Roll for persuasion.
Okay. Zom, I'm assuming as our resident note taker, you can remind everyone where we left off.
Okay. So, we just had my Google Docs page is going very slowly.
Love that.
Yeah, tell me
Quite
about it.
infuriating.
Hit the limit of my Google Doc this last week. I was like, I didn't know that was a thing you could do.
You know what? Maybe I'll just find the notes on the World Anvil. That sounds easier.
Whatever works. Oh, just before you start, does everyone see like the tavern and the kind of pictures of NPCs and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, I made a very rushed AI inspired kind of thing of NPCs, so not exactly what they all look like, but it's to give you an idea of who's who. Our red-headed dwarf would be Genevieve. Below is Todd. He went through multiple stages. In the center there is a close representation of Silvara. On the bottom right was Skilla, and then
Wait, what are we looking at?
On roll 20.
Yeah, I'm seeing corners of pictures.
Zoom out.
You guys can't. You guys. Oh,
Oh, I thought like the whole thing was okay.
and then the masked guy holding like a poppet kind of thing was your captured dude.
Ah, was gonna say, was that our invisible friend we just spied for a
No,
moment?
invisible
no,
friend was
invisible
a lady.
gone.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was wondering. It's like, is that who that is? Just so we like can see who it was, and then we may have to like look for them later, kind of thing.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm in. I'm with you now.
Man, trying to recreate the Skilla picture in the same art style as the others did not work out well, so I just stuck with the very first thing I got. It was like it was lizard folk girl salamander style, I think, in a sundress, and it was like, boom, done. There you go. Because she was not armored the first time you met her. Okay. Sorry, Zom, you can continue.
So we all woke up to the sound of gongs. Razrick and I went downstairs to gaslight Todd.
Poor Todd.
It's fine.
Poor John Krasinski looking Todd.
Then more gong sounds. We all
Because
kind of got together, went outside, big battle. There were totems in the ground with straw like poppets on them and music boxes and a bunch of people that were talking about getting things ready for something. Ended up being a battle. Skeletons spawned from the totems. We don't know what would have happened if the music boxes
we're
ended
hit
up
by the
in
moonlight.
the moonlight. And hopefully we will find out under controlled circumstances and not, you know.
Mhm.
Then there was the little girl we now know as Skilla, who wanted to be in the fight but got put to sleep.
That was so fantastic.
I regret nothing.
Couldn't have made that better.
And then she woke up and absolutely kicked ass, so
Yeah, she's special.
yeah, then, you know, combat. The ringleader person who went invisible ran away. We killed everyone apart from Corvin, who we have since tied up, and I believe, if I remember correctly, was knocked out.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think someone punched his lights out.
Someone. We all know who would do that.
I don't fucking know what y'all are talking about. Paragon of justice and other such
Okay,
things.
yeah. Yeah, okay. My note says that I asked you if you could cast sleep again, but you didn't have the spell slot, so you punched him out instead.
I cast sleep. Punch.
Technically, I
So-
cast sleep on him.
Fucking
The
Yeah,
spell,
motherfucker over here.
the spell cost was my fist to his face. So I don't know what we're talking
It
about.
was, the cast time is pretty fucking instantaneous.
That's right.
Yeah. Then we all had a short rest. Everyone went back to sleep for a bit, had dreams. Bruzrick and Cree both got to speak to their chosen god, and Gwynri heard the voice of someone else in her dream,
It was Jesus.
and then that's where we left
Yep.
off.
And I think, if I recall, Rosrick got a new spell,
Yes, I got.
and Kree got, was it an ability?
Let's see what it. Yeah, it's an ability.
Cool.
I was about to throw it into a spell, but then I was just like, no, I don't have any of the information for that a spell would need. And I look closely, and it's like the very fucking first sentence, druidic ability.
Well, the reason I wasn't joking or questioning it because I think I had like 4 or 5 separate things for
Mhm.
everybody, and I was just like,
Depending on our
I think,
answer.
well, depending on the answer and what I think fits now, kind of deal. Like,
Mhm.
so I was like, I gotta make sure I can. So yeah, I could just open up Discord, but I was like, okay, we're good. Okay, so now I think before someone takes the reins here, I will ask uh, Zom, not McCarafe,
Mhm.
how you would want to go about since you mentioned this last time that you don't technically sleep, right?
Yes.
So if you wanted to like, because I think for 4 of the 8 hours you have to at least be meditating, right? Or
Yeah,
in some
it's a
trance like
4-hour
state,
trance.
Brezra
right?
cracks his knuckles and gets ready.
But I think everyone did a short rest, right? We weren't doing a long rest.
Yeah, we were just
Okay.
Yeah, it was a short rest, and I did
recuperating.
Song of Rest.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were just doing it to get our health and slots back.
Yep.
Not
Okay.
slots, just health.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, slots are a long rest.
It's fine.
All right. So if you want to have McCarafe attempt
Try to
in such
sleep.
Good night, Grandma.
well in such a short like time you can like go into a trance and try to do something with the 1 hour period. You could do that. It would just obviously won't be as long as your 4 hour trance, which you
Mhm.
might have better luck
We'll set an
with.
alarm.
Yeah. So if you want to do anything, I'll give you the floor now to try. But like I said, with an hour, it's going to be kind of hard.
I mean, I think because McCarafe at this point wouldn't know that everyone else had had dreams.
Exactly. Right.
So, as much as I want to be like, yeah, sure, it's also kind of like, unless you want to say that her doing the Song of Rest and playing for an hour was like a meditative thing, then I don't think she would think to try.
Okay. Let me quickly look at. Can you be the best way for this? All right, just for the lulls,
Mm-hmm.
can you roll a flat religion check?
Religion.
It's intelligence.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you have any bardic bonuses to a religion.
No.
Okay. Um, we're gonna say during your song of rest, and over the hour, uh, your character will kind of start feeling like McCarthy might start feeling like not nervous shakes, but like almost as if your hand is kind of like pulsing, and you're feeling kind of a little upset, but you don't know why, but it does fade. Like probably would say this happens over a 5 minute period while everyone else is resting. It's enough for you to question why it happened, but I'll say with a 7 right now, just by that by itself, you don't exactly understand why.
Okay.
Yeah, and then from there, I think we can probably say the hour has passed and people start waking up, and then you guys can take the floor.
First thing I want to do is get a cup of tea.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I just for fun. I don't even know if I can fit in here. Our helper is Alaric, right? Was that his name? I have a picture of him too, but I don't know if I can fit it in here. That's fine.
Sure you can.
Should I try to just? Yeah, okay.
Slap it in the middle between.
I mean, he looks like a twink.
He does. I think I captured the twinkness.
Everyone knows that all twinks look the same.
Correct.
There we go. Twinkie.
Jesus Christ.
Do you guys see his giant face? I'll try to make it smaller. Whoop. There we go. Yeah. So once again, as some mornings, or I guess this is what, the second morning you've been technically at Genevieve's? Yeah.
Yeah.
Much like the other time, Genevieve is nowhere to be seen. Oh no, wait, she was okay. Hold on.
She's
Yeah, yeah,
recovering
yeah,
from
I-
getting
I-
knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, my brain. Yeah, she's not there, but Alaric is there. Different reasons. So Alaric looks a little panicked, because he kind of like, I guess, technically came on shift and was like, "What the fuck?" But he's trying to get things kind of sorted. There are other patrons who have no idea anything happened at all. We'll say that like there is a gnome couple. We'll say they're like middle aged and they're just coming down the stairs nonchalantly and kind of mosey over to a couple of seats. Try to wave Alaric over. But Alaric's not paying them mind yet.
I'm not on his side on them.
All right, I'll probably.
You gonna wave him down?
Make my way over and kind of be like, I'm just gonna say, do you mind if I just pop into the kitchen and get myself a cup of tea? Don't want to bother you. It's been a morning. I understand.
He looks at you kind of like uh, a little pathetically, and he's just like, he's so out of his depth, and he's just like, yeah, and then maybe y'all can tell me what happened. And he kind of just
Okay.
with his
Would
left
you
hand
like a
kind of,
tea too? You look like you do with one.
yeah, he notices the gnome couple. They're like standing on their chairs now, kind of waving him over. He's like, yeah, that would be really nice actually. I gotta go, and he'll run over.
Cool.
And so yeah, so there's just a small kitchen on the other side of the wall there. And it's got all your basic necessities. Everything is labeled,
Mhm.
like chiseled into like wooden containers and things. So yeah, it's pretty easy for you to find a bunch of different teas. There is already a couple kettles on fires, so everything's kind of prepared for you. Or a
Cool,
couple
I
kettles
just-
over fire, I should say.
Can I just make a whole teapot and bring it out?
Yeah.
And
He
just-
left you and just to like do whatever.
Yeah, so I'll just, by the time everyone's come from their rests and stuff, I'll just have a pot of tea
Resrick
ready
calls,
for everyone.
Resrick calls out and asks you to bring a loaf of bread and a wedge of cheese for him.
All right.
Did Sylvaris was taken to, was it Kree's room?
Mine.
Your room, okay.
I love the coin flip.
Right. Right. So Silvara will kind of fly her. You were on the top floor, right? I think so.
No, when
You're on the main floor?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was.
I was on the
top.
main floor.
Okay. Yeah. So she'll flutter out of the room and fly over, take a seat directly next to Bresrick. She looks like a little bruised and battered, but she kind of gives everyone a one of those smiles with the anime eyes closed, like to tell y'all she's okay.
Yeah, I'll come out with a pot of tea and some teacups and some bread and cheese. And just sit down and kind of be like, well, how are we all feeling?
Well, that was not what I expected at all. That's Silvara.
I think that's. I don't think any of us are expecting that.
Definitely
was-
not.
What was that creature thing? The one that was shooting like the dark magic. Totally got Genevieve and myself. We got hit hard.
Let's see.
I'm gonna look to Brotherrick and Cree, being like druid, paladin, nature,
Use my
magic.
arcana to
Maybe
see if
maybe
I
one
can
of them.
remember. I don't know shit.
Well, Bruiser can tell that this creature definitely, the creature that was shooting those out is definitely some sort of creature, almost like created with magic. You can't tell exactly how or why.
Oh, it's an asshole
And this-
golem.
This would be a nature check. Or Arcana.
It's either or. Kind of both.
We tried Arcana, so let's try nature.
There we go.
Hey.
Have in
Alright,
my
so-
notes that Brotherrick examined the creature. It's not
Yes.
technically undead because it's made of living
Yes.
things. It
Mhm.
wasn't
Exactly.
made used in necromancy.
So with Kree's recollection here and study, it resembles what you may have heard of or have seen. I'll let this be up to you because you rolled so well. But do you know of twig blights? Or have you
Not
heard of twig blights?
personally, no.
No. Okay. So they're like, you know how there's like that stick bug kind of thing that looks like a
Mhm.
stick, but it's a bug. Imagine a much bigger version of that, except for impersonating a bug, it's impersonating a humanoid.
Asshole
Oh,
stick
okay.
bugs.
Yeah. But it was definitely warped and twisted with some unique kind of magic you hadn't seen before. But now you have seen that kind of magic. You definitely know it seems to be like a mix, like a hybrid mix of different schools of magic. One being some sort of like shadow magic, and the other kind of being what you would sense as dark nature. Not necessarily like acidic or poisonous, but something different,
Mhm.
something you've never
Crab
experienced
magic.
before. What was that?
I said, crab magic.
Crab.
That's what I
magic.
thought I heard, and I had to take a second to be like,
No,
You know
no, no.
damn well that's what I said. All evil things in nature are crab. I stand
well,
by my truth. Damn
Could
it.
you
Someone
imagine
has
if
crab
like
today.
he hits level 5 and Zeolu is like, here's a mechanical crab mount. There you go.
Eats it into the sun. Can't trust crabs.
All right,
They're
but
evolving from everything.
okay, I'll put it back to you guys. So that's definitely the vibe you're getting there. That it was
okay,
some corrupted tree spiritish that normally wouldn't be that strong.
all right, and we've still got Corvin knocked out somewhere.
Yeah, where did you guys like
We
hole him
tied
up,
him
tie
to
him
a
up?
chair.
Okay.
All right,
Which
and
is
he's still knocked
fantastic
out?
that there's people that are just like out and about in this tavern.
Yeah, if
and
they
then
looked a
dude's
little
just
harder.
tied up to a chair. Like not
Here.
even hidden.
Here, I'll roll to see if they notice him. We'll say like the missus kind of looks over Mr. Shoulder and then kind of like slumps back down like really quickly, and then there's like some whispers, and then yeah.
They just learn to mind their own business. That's how they made it to their old
I'm
age.
so tempted to just be like, oh yeah, he's a werewolf, so we have to tie him.
It's broad
Yeah.
daylight.
Yeah,
well,
moons and
it's
shit.
the morning now.
Yeah, the moon's still out, guys. I can see it.
They can see it in the sky.
Yeah, you
What
know
is
what I'm
the-
talking about.
The light of the moon is technically the light of the sun. We're just being careful.
Mm-hmm. The light doesn't give.
Just
Yeah,
No,
so I
the sun
guess-
doesn't give light to the moon, assuming the moon's gonna owe it one. There you go.
I'll just be like,
Sorry.
it's okay. I'm a paladin. You can trust me.
Yeah, no, they pipe down very quickly and just wait for their meal to come, like a breakfast
All
sandwich.
right. So I guess Alaric asked us to explain to him what happened, so I guess wait for him to.
Yeah, he'll eventually come down to you guys. He's like, I got some sandwiches going. Do you guys want around?
Rosrick is,
Oh, sure, why not?
devouring a wedge of cheese and a loaf of bread, so he's good.
Yeah,
Yes,
Alaric does like
this
that
would be
blink blink.
great.
All right, looks at Gwynry and it's like nods, and then you're gonna tell me what's going on, and he runs off. We're gonna say, actually, I'll roll for it, but I'm gonna roll with a high minus here. Okay, Genevieve does not wake up. Okay, so he's gonna come back. He'll have like a small plate with like 4 sandwiches on it. He's gonna place it kind of in the middle, but kind of nudges it towards Gwynry. And then he pulls up a chair, and of course he swings it around the opposite way and sits on it like a cool guy. And he
Is he
what's the
guy?
who knows? Who knows?
Rosrick kicks the
Look
chair
at those
out
eyes.
from underneath him just because of that.
Look at those AI eyes. Would they lie to you?
They would, because they're generated by the devil.
They are. Like, I don't have enough money to commission everything. That'd be fun though. Anyway, yeah. So he sits has the arms crossed over the top part of the chair, and he's like, "Fill me in."
I guess I'm the one.
I was going to say,
who's
I
gonna be doing
leave
the
this to
talking.
our bard because
Yeah, I'm
All right.
stuffing my mouth with like sandwiches, so
I'll grab one just to make sure I
this
get
is
one
before
they're
11
all-
a.m., so Brusrick doesn't even want to be a person right now.
Alaric rolled a 4. He does not notice your tied up friend.
All right, I guess I'm
Alaric
just
is
kind of.
blind.
Oh yeah, he's just
at the
tunneling like
same table as
yeah.
us. He just
Yeah.
doesn't see this dude tied up and unconscious.
It's one of those situations where if he just leaned back and looked past like Brosrick, he'd be like, "Oh, who's this guy?"
It's probably a bit flustered.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just kind of put my tea down, lean my elbows on the table, and go, well, I'm not sure if you would have heard them where you were, but we at just before dawn woke up to the sounds of what seemed like gongs.
He
And-
stops you right there. What's a gong?
It's a instrument, large metal disc. When you hit it, it goes dong.
Like
Oh.
a flat bell.
Okay.
Yeah, there we
continue.
go. I had gotten up early to take care of some business with Brus.
Brusrick grunts in response.
His eyes flit between the two of you. Uh-huh.
So that's what the kids are calling it nowadays.
I'm just totally aware of the implications of that, but I don't really want to say we knocked out one of the patrons last night, hidden behind the bar, and then came down this morning to gaslight him. actually, you know what? I'll just say, yeah, I came down, went to get myself some tea because it was early and no one was here. Noticed one of the patrons from last night was knocked out behind the counter, so I went and got Brusrick, and we helped him up, made sure he was, with it, didn't have any injuries. And as we were doing that, Genevieve came down and seemed like she didn't know what was going on, and ran outside, which then we decided to follow because it did seem like something suspicious was going on. But, we're like, this is my second day here, so I didn't know if it was something that was normal or whatever. So I was kind of just following Genevieve's vibes, and she seemed concerned. So we all went outside, went out. There were 3 people standing there. They were talking in a mix of languages that I was able to figure out. They were talking about setting up for some ritual or something, and I noticed that there were totems on the ground, and immediately clocked that something bad was going on, and it ended up in a battle.
Did you guys even like alert the like town guards or anything?
Resrick goes,
There wasn't time.
Huh. Weird that there wasn't any walking around, don't you think?
Are
I
they?
mean,
Is there usually a
I was gonna say,
relatively
have we
large
seen a
guard
single
presence?
guard since we got
Uh,
here?
I would maybe say
okay,
narratively on your way in, you did.
Like around the
I,
town gate,
I,
more or less?
Mm-hmm.
I will say here, if I remember correctly, the town guard here are funded very heavily by one of the noble families.
Is
So
this
I
meta?
would
Is
have,
this meta or is this McCarthy saying this?
you gave me the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
information on the, yeah, so McCarafay is saying, yeah,
You're allowed to know that.
yeah. um, so, I wouldn't necessarily be inclined to trust them regardless if any of them were around, but yes, it is suspicious that none of them seemed to pay any mind to what was going on.
Well, maybe I'll look into that for you, because that's real strange. They're always
Uh,
around, especially at nighttime. Hmm.
yeah, so during the fight, both Silvara and Genevieve ended up being knocked out. We were able to take care of what went on, take care of the guys that were there. One of them left the scene before we were able to talk to them, and I'll describe what I remember of them and be
Yeah.
like, if you see them around, they seem like the one who knows what's going on.
Hmm. That's kind of scary.
Yeah. I would not approach them if you see them.
Don't plan on it.
Good.
That's
Yeah,
what we.
and then
That's what we have you guys for.
apparently, and then so we were able to take our friend over here, and I'll point to Corvin tied up in the chair.
Jesus
Can
Christ!
convince him to uh come with us forcefully.
Has he been there the whole time?
Yes, he has.
Oh my God!
He's
It's been a
sleeping.
morning. It's fine.
He's kind of
Um,
hot. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, and so we've just had a bit of a rest to recover. I think Genevieve is still resting, and
Yeah,
I think the plan now was to take this one to see the paladins.
Oh, yeah, you must be talking about me going to the Radiant Hall, if I recall.
Yes.
I believe they're outside the gates. Probably take you a good hour's walk or so. He kind of like points you in a direction of like where you could go. It's like, yeah, you just go down that way, make
Yeah.
your first left, first right, out through the gate.
Bresrick stands up and claps his hands together like, well, guess I know where I'm off to. Picks up the unconscious asshole. I'm
He
taking
grunt.
him,
He like moan grunts like. "Roar."
taking him chair and all.
Oh, you know what? That's fine.
All right. And then I'll turn to Suvar and say, "Did you want to come with us? I was thinking they might know something about why you can't access your magic." Or at least, give us something, give us a lead to go in.
Silvara.
He's
Oh.
thinking. Welcome back.
Maybe.
Hello?
Hello.
Nope.
Can you hear
Yep.
us?
Now we can.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That was me, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
What was the last thing you heard me say?
Nothing.
You were Alaric saying, "You know what, it's fine, take the chair."
Okay, right after that, Alaric was going to lean over to Kree and say, "Have you ever seen that hair color before?" When he points at Corvin, you all notice it's actually like a natural dark violet hair color.
Am I holding a goddamn drow?
Roll to find out.
Yeah, just roll a history.
History.
Would I?
Where the hell is it? There you are. Bresrick doesn't know shit.
Rick still hasn't had his morning
That's right.
cheese.
Would,
All right,
would I
Shins,
have
Shins,
any
give me a
idea-
history.
History?
You can all roll me a history if you'd like.
Do I have advantage because I'm half drow?
If drow was mattered, then yes, but it won't
Okay.
here.
Okay. So, history.
Just curious.
Blank.
Okay. So Kree recalls. No, is this giving away anything? I don't think so, right? Your character was in the Fey realm for a small time, yes?
Correct.
Okay. You may recall
Oh,
there
fuck
there
off,
there had been.
Stop. Sorry, my
Whoa,
dog
whoa!
is... Stop. Ah, no, all good. Sorry.
God damn,
Continue.
Phil.
I'm sorry. My dog just like jumped up.
You know what? We're docking you an extra hour of play for that.
Yep.
Ah, gosh.
No. So you'll recall that you had seen or heard of your call because it's your history
Mhm.
of a warrior race uh, that a lot of the Fae were afraid of in the Fey realm, Feywild.
Mhm.
Um, so I'll leave it up to you if you had ever encountered one in battle or anything, but they were definitely not ever friendly in any sense you had ever heard of a like not a race of people, but like these people with known for having violet colored hair.
Mhm. I have never encountered them personally. I wasn't in the Feywild for too awful long. Um, so I wouldn't. Yeah, I would say I've just heard of them from residents as I was passing through.
Did
Silvara,
you share that?
Yes, yeah, I tell
Okay.
everyone that I recognize some of the features from not a personal encounter, but I was told of people like this when I was Fey Lost, and he fits it pretty cut and dry. I always
uh,
thought it was an exaggeration on some of the features, but here he is.
so across the table, Silvara gets kind of very pensive look, and she's trying her hardest to remember because she remembers being in the Fey. We'll call it Feywild. That's just easier.
Mhm.
In the Feywild, and she's really like tugging at her memory here because she just can't recall her life before she was put in stone very clearly. But she has some recognition in your words, but she just doesn't know how to say it. So she kind of just looks at you pleadingly, like I get you. This is correct. Just doesn't have the words for it though. Okay, so
All
now,
right. So I want to
yep.
ask if Silvara wants to come with us to see the paladins.
Actually, I'm gonna make a roll. All right, Silvara go see the paladins, or will she try to get you guys to? Did that roll? Nope. Okay. She's gonna put a point forward where she says, "I think we should go check up on Todd. What do you guys think?"
I was planning on doing that later.
After we're done with the paladins.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
slightly more pressing matter, the hostage.
Hmm.
But I was thinking maybe the paladins might know something about why you can't access your magic.
Hmm. Okay. You know what? That's probably a better idea in the end.
Might even help with the memory as well.
Mm,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Um, easily swayed. All right. So is everyone going to go to the Radiant Hall together?
Yes.
Okay. So as you're walking through town, you're going to be noticing quite a few buildings. Like Ravenswood is quite a large area. Like you'll be passing like an armory, a forge, like a trade exchange, general store, things like that. Like a grocer. You do pass.
Oh, and just before we go, I want to say to Alaric, just can you check on Genevieve and make sure she's okay?
Oh, of course, she has a master key to get in and out of anywhere anyway, so she might slip through. I don't know what her plans are.
All right, that was all.
All right. You guys do notice a kind of darker alley. You'll see like hanging signs, so they're not hiding what they are. There's like a small magic shop, small apothecary, places like that. And
It's the pervert alley.
no, there are public. There's a public bathhouse and spa, which is around.
That never stops perverts from finding an alley.
That's true. All right. Is there any other notable things? Oh, over the buildings and whatever, from almost anywhere in Ravenswood, you can see a very large circular tower, and at the very top, it has very bright red like shingles that go from the top of the spire down, and it's accentuated with a lot of red. Uh, they're not ribbons, but like not tapestries. You know, like
Banners?
under. Pardon?
Like banners?
Banners. Thank you. Yeah, so there's a bunch of like red banners with crests of what are known as the like the Crimson Wing Couriers, as they're called, but y'all know them as the Dire Cardinal area. There is one of these big towers in Ravenswood. You can see, we'd say maybe like once or twice a day, at least one large dire cardinal and very many small cardinals all flocking to this tower. You can see that in the distance as you're heading out towards the Radiant Hall.
I like how you
Is there
just
anything
completely
anyone
cut
wants to
off
stop
my...
or do?
I was going to say, I like how you just completely cut off my own side quest to find the dire cardinals.
Well, I want to make this known. It's a world thing. Like
Yeah.
these dire cardinals have these tower stations in places of importance, or if someone rich enough is willing to pay for their services, which are not which are not easy to maintain because there's a lot of trainers and training, and it's kind of like airport security. So
Gotcha.
to have one in your town costs the town a lot, but they are very professional.
Yeah, that's usually how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right. As we're walking, I just want to. Would anyone have shared any of their dreams with the group? Like I know Cree shared her first dream with me. Would anyone else have shared the first dream or any of the subsequent dreams with the group?
I'm gonna pause, you guys. I think we addressed this at the end of last session, but there was two people who physically touched Skilla, right? It was McCarthy and Bresrick.
Yes.
Yes.
So I just want to canonize Bresrick did also notice that when he touched Skilla, there was that buzzing feeling of another person touched by or empowered by one of the old gods.
Okay.
So go back, continue.
So yeah, would anyone have shared that previously or would share that on the wall?
I think Bresrick would probably be keeping this pretty close to the chest until he knows more about what's going on.
It's
I
fair.
don't think Gwynry would have said anything.
Yeah, because technically Kree and Bresrick haven't technically used or tried their new toys, but you could still talk about what happened if you wanted
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, that's just what would anyone have said, hey, I had this weird dream, or anyone other than Bree telling me about her initial dream? Would anyone have come downstairs after the nap and been like, so I had this dream kind of thing? Would I be aware of that is what I want to know.
Not from
Are you-
Bresrick.
I don't know if Kree would say it right off the bat, but more just maybe to fill the silence along the walk to the paladins. just wondering if anyone else had any odd dreams recently with any recurring themes at the very least.
Well, Brozerick would probably acknowledge, say, my dreams have been rather strange as of late, but that's probably about as much info as he'd be willing to give.
Mm-hmm. Because we are still relatively strangers.
Hmm.
Well, and he's suspicious of stuff like this anyways, so
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
I-
we'll say. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just wondering if I ask Silvara, like, you reached out to us in our dreams, was there, what's the connection with the dreams and all of this? Is there one that you know of, kind of thing?
So she gets that like pouty, confused face, and she's like, "I've been really trying. I've been trying to remember what I can. There has to be a reason why I was able to uh, reach out into other streams. Like I said before, I seem to be in this deafening, floating in this deafening space of buzzing, and just all of a sudden, it was all gone, and I could sort of I don't know, float. My wings weren't really propelling me, but I could make my way over to these shining balls of light. And when I did, it was your dreams, and I don't know how I did it, but that's all I know for now.
How many balls of light were there?
Well, I went to the closest ones, but actually, I'm gonna roll a history check for her. I don't know how good she'd be at this. Okay. We're gonna say her memory's still a little fuzzy, but she'll say there was at least, she starts counting on her fingers, like 9, 10 that I can remember. I mean, I wasn't really looking beyond. I was just going to the closest ones I could, and then all of a sudden, you all saved me.
Does anyone by chance happen to remember how many statues there were?
I can
Uh,
In
I
that?
can remind you if you don't know.
yeah, I have it on my notes.
Mhm.
That was in session
Do you want me to
one.
just
That
tell
was
you?
session 1, yeah.
Yeah. 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so sounds like it was a ball of light for each of the gods, unless they have multiple champions.
Sounds about right.
This is the first time anyone said the words gods and champions in. So I'll
Everyone
just
kind of looks at each other.
I'll just turn to you and say, gods having champions?
Eyebrows raised.
I'm honestly not too sure. They seemed powerful and mentioned that, at least in the last encounter I had, mentioned that they had chosen some people, but I my memory's a little fuzzy when it comes to dreams.
Cree, can you roll me another history check with advantage?
History.
Perfect. You can for sure identify this would not be anything like an archfey.
What do you mean?
The dreams.
Mm.
This does not ring or feel like anything you may have experienced or heard of in your past,
Mm. Okay.
and it doesn't seem fey-like. Like there's no like tricks to it, or at
It's
least
all
from
pretty
your
straightforward.
recollection. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this definitely seemed relatively straightforward. So
Yeah, because
as long as I'm
Was
remembering
the
everything
figure
correctly.
was the figure you saw in your dream the same one you saw when you touched Silvara?
that's a good question.
That is a good question.
I forget how I
I
describe
didn't
it
touch
exactly.
Silvera.
You did. I have it
Yeah,
in my
you did.
notes.
Everyone
That you
everyone did
touched him.
initially.
Okay.
Yes. So
I forgot about
I
that
mean,
initial.
I know. Me, zombie, knows the
Yes.
answer is yes. But
I think in your most recent dream, Cree, did she talk to you from the river?
yes,
Right? She never
he was
took
a face in the
full.
river. Yeah.
She never took full form.
No, not that I remember.
I mean, with that nat 20, I mean you can kind of get the vibes that I'll spread your history
Yeah.
bonus over, and be like, and you got definitely the same vibes, but it was not the same visuals.
Fucking hate trying to move between like 3 different sites.
Don't trust me. I have like how many tabs do I have open here? Like,
What do you mean invalid credentials? It's literally filled in with the credentials that I put in for fucking World Anvil.
oh really?
Yes, I'm awful with
It likes
passwords, so
doing that sometimes.
I have a password keeper thing,
Mm.
but it's like, oh yeah, no, invalid credentials. Fuck you, invalid credentials. What does it need? My email instead of my username? Anyway,
I don't think because we've got the name of Corbus.
okay.
Oh yeah, so we've got Corbus and Callista, the names.
Mhm.
I think Brosrick knows Zeolu, doesn't he?
Would he have?
I think he knows. I don't think he shared it. If
Yeah, I
recall
haven't.
right.
He
No,
hasn't shared
hasn't
it,
really
but he
shared any
knows
of that.
Yeah.
Zeolu. He knows. Well, and then there were the other rat folk in the last dream.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Brezrick's dreams have just been like all the rat scenes from the Nutcracker,
Tuck
but
that away for later.
with more fire and giant gears and Skaven fucking architecture. I'm just waiting to be blessed with the rat gat.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if
the
anyone
only one
else.
who's got the most mystery right now is Billy's.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys continue on, or do you still want to keep chatting?
I think if I'm getting the vibe that no one really wants to share, then I won't.
This is when Zom goes for the persuasion rolls.
Persuading us to talk more.
Yep, yep.
I need to pry this from you. Okay. So as you guys are talking and walking, you'll notice that you're getting closer to. Did we say Eastern Gate? I want to say in the canon in my head says Eastern Gate.
I don't
we'll-
remember, so we'll just go
we'll
with
make
it.
I'm
it
just
so.
walking in directions.
We'll make it so. So, as you get towards the gate, you do notice some guards. They are dressed in black leathers, and they
Kinky.
have pretty large shields and pretty large swords. You can't really make out any faces as they have generic kind of helmets, but they look at you and they make no fuss as you head on by.
I love that I'm just carrying a grown man that's unconscious tied to a chair and no one's questioning it.
I guess they're just like
They-
they're just like
They're like, he's leaving the town, it's fine.
yeah.
They've seen people carry bounties around, so they're used to it.
Yeah.
Also, I'm probably like twice the size of them.
All right. Actually, do I have any juicy tidbits about these guys? I don't think so. No.
Do they have any, like, insignias or anything on there?
Actually, let's say they have, what's the word you guys would know, when you kind of like burn into leather like a symbol or
A
whatever.
brand?
Thank you. Yeah, a brand. It would be um, the insignia of like a what would look like a black kind of lotus, um, but it has a lot of like thorns kind of coming out every which way around it, and that is just noticeable on all of them. We'll say
Would
there's like,
I recognize that?
yeah, you would know this as
House Blackthorn?
the symbol of House Blackthorn.
Yeah.
And you even remember their motto, strength and blood.
All right.
But yeah, they look so nonchalant. Like, if this would cause them extra work, they don't want to do it. So yeah, they do not care that you're walking
So
by,
that's-
even you're holding a person. If anything, it's like you're getting rid of riffraff for the town. He
So
doesn't care.
that's why I did their job for them last night.
Okay, so Cree and was it Cree, Silvara, and McCarfe may take note that this is the wooded area where that fabled creature you heard about from the Luminous Tome is supposed to frequent. Not saying you see anything, but bringing that to your attention as you're heading.
Now at least we know where it is from,
Yes.
where the inn is.
Yeah. Okay, so the Radiant Hall. Do I have a little description for you? Yes. Oh, I was right. Northeastern corner. Perfect. Okay. You guys see a grove of pretty tightly knit, like taller trees than any of the other trees in this area of the forest. You see the river that runs in and out of Ravenswood, comes through a bend here. And you see a fairly sized kind of sanctuary, an operational base of sorts. Now, Brusrick, thank you for that backstory you gave me last time.
Yeah.
But would you, in your travels, have come across small little paladin chapters like this in your past? This
Ye-
one might seem a lot smaller, maybe, I would say, than maybe anything you may have seen.
I mean, he probably would have gone to at least one of, like, the paladin, like, temples.
Yeah, this seems probably like half the size, like it's smaller.
Okay.
Like almost as it's like not unsanctioned, but maybe like
More of an outpost than anything.
yeah.
Okay.
Like if they were to try and become bigger, they would probably think about getting some space in Ravenswood itself.
Gotcha. So we're taking over the noble's house. Got it.
Yep.
Oh,
So Yeah, there's a very small stable. There doesn't seem to be anyone kind of manning it. We'll say there's like a small kind of courtyard area you can see with a couple like training dummies, archery things, like all sorts of, but it's all really small, like not meant for a ton of people. Um, and then there's like a pretty large door, kind of different than many of the doors you've seen in Ravenswood. If they're just like a natural wooden door, this one's more of kind of like a almost dwarven forged door. It's pretty intense, but it does have a knocker on it and everything else.
Does it say speak friend and enter?
Yes. No.
A large stone door.
Yeah. More moonlight shenanigans. No. No. Just a normal door, very fancy and probably heavy.
All right. Bresrick steps forward and proceeds to knock on the door and cries out, "Hail, brother paladins! We seek your counsel."
Do you use the hand that's holding the guy?
Yes, 100%.
The chair starts
I
to
use
splinter.
the man to knock on the door.
He groans, starting to slowly wake up, but the chair splinters. Still bound though. All right, no. Who do you meet? You meet. Hmm. Bruzrick, can you roll history with advantage?
All right.
I'm doing this a lot today, but
How do I do with
I-
advantage?
I think when you roll history, it'll roll 2, so you just take the higher.
Unless
Okay.
you've put it in settings.
Yes!
Perfect. All
I'm
right,
a smart man.
prepare to get very angry, but then not angry. Now I got to make sure I say this correctly. Forgive me as I'm gonna split between 2 spots on the same. Goddamn. Oh, where did I put it? Where did I put it? You're gonna get mad because. Where the fuck did I put it? Where is it? Jesus. Goddamn Google Docs. Work faster. There we go. Do you. You know what? It's probably easier if I go here. Okay, excellent. Bruzrick, you get angry because the golden hair and visual facial features of this woman really make you remember someone from your past.
Oh.
Someone that you definitely meant to kill and definitely would kill if you saw them. But this is a woman, clearly a woman.
Okay, so like 100%, there's no mistaking her.
No.
Okay.
No. But it is striking. You don't know why. You could probably assume. But yeah, you're like, you get up, you definitely get the feels, and then you got the realization, like, hang on.
All right, so I don't hit her with the guy in the chair. Got it.
We don't throw a guy at a guy. No.
Would you visibly like
Oh,
tense
he
up or
would
anything?
like there would be a moment where you'd expect violence.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
So,
would be a visceral
I'll
response.
take a step back.
Yeah, this would be a visceral response. Not
So
something
the only
he'd
difference
control.
is clearly this woman is armored in an almost polished mirror-like kind of sheen to her, like armor, and she has a sheathed sword that once she kind of saw your eyes, she immediately kind of reached for it, but she didn't draw it. She
She brought
you
a
probably
sword to a
would
man fight.
yeah, you probably would expect maybe like someone less confident to have pulled out a sword and kind of step back, but she kept eye contact with you the whole time and didn't actually draw or even pull up the hilt or anything. And she goes, how can I help you? And she's like eyes the whole group, including our unconscious friend.
Resrick is focusing on controlling his breathing at this point.
She loosens up, gets her composure back, and introduces herself. My name is Commander Althea. I lead this small paladin chapter here at what we call the Radiant Hall. How can I be of service?
I guess I'll step forward and offer a hand and be like, pleasure, I'm Makara Faye. I don't know if word would have travelled to you by now, but there was a bit of a kerfuffle in town this morning. And we ended up fighting off a bunch of people who seemed to be trying to perform a ritual. Our friend up here, and I'll point to the guy on Broswick's shoulder, our friend up here being one of them. And we were hoping we might be able to find some assistance.
Okay, come on in. I'm the only one here at this time, but I'm expecting Lady Dawsbird to return. She's our resident healer and medic, but I'm not sure if he'll need that. And she pushes the door further aside with ease. You can all notice this very heavy door she pushed quite easily. And she motions for you all to come in.
Resrick
Alright.
kind of hesitantly follows.
I wait for at least someone to go before me.
I'll step in.
All right. So the Radiant Hall itself is a modest but imposing structure. The building seems to be made of mostly like a pale stone that does catch the light, almost as if like imbued with divine energy, but not exactly. The architecture itself is pretty simple. There are high vaulted ceilings, large windows that let in a lot of light. You do see one or two statues in the room. They are just like some like how do you say Faerunian gods? Yes, I think that's how you say it. So nothing any of you would remember from any of your dreams before. All right. She's gonna take you over to. We'll take you over to the war room. So like there is some scrawled maps in the room, mostly Ravenswood, the surrounding forest, things like that. A couple of you will might remember some of your home locations noted on, we'll say, like a larger kind of continental map. Notes of New Dawnsbrook, Feathercrest Cove, Crossroads, and is it Kazvarax? I want to say get it right. No, Kazadvrax. Gotta make sure I get it right. So, not that that matters much, but this person definitely has a map of where you all live. Hooray. Or used to live. Okay. So she also goes over to like an armoire and pulls out some like metal manacles, and she holds them with one arm up to the group and says, would
I
these
love
be
that she keeps her manacles in an armoire.
oh, of course. And she
Woman after my heart.
yeah, you don't want to know what else is in there.
Where else would you
Yes,
keep
I
your
do.
manacles?
So she holds them up in one armored hand and says, would these do better?
Most certainly.
Yeah, and she like hands them over. They're pretty easy to get on there.
Resrick cuffs the guy.
Yeah. So Althea is gonna. Do you want to leave him to me, or are you looking to cooperate here?
We would certainly like some answers.
Okay, I'm ready and willing to help with anything I can. Unfortunately, I don't have any. I don't want to use that word. Uh, like pages or anything around to get us water or anything. But what can I help you with?
Uh,
You did mention some battle. Like I
yes.
said, I was the only one around, and unfortunately, I wasn't alerted to this. I am outside of the town, but usually someone from the guards post will run over to us if they're in over their heads. Happens a lot more often than you think.
There were no guards around for this.
What do you mean?
There was no one there, it was just us.
There are blackthorns all over the city.
And none of them seemed to notice or care about what was going on.
Well, that's troubling.
Mhm.
Resrick
And-
mumbles.
Yeah, it is a bit.
Resrick mumbles something about not trusting any of the noblemen's henchmen, anyways.
I was just going to say, Makara, Faye goes, yeah, I don't trust the black ones, but very quietly under her breath because she's not supposed
I
to.
like how we're both just having the same experience, but for vastly different reasons. We're just like,
Yeah.
fuck these guys.
The
Yeah.
group knows about her being the ex-wife of a noble, but no one else does, and so she's like, can't say anything, want to say something, kind of bloody blackthorns.
Althea's gonna get the kind of vibe from you guys, and she's gonna just kind of subtly mention, well, none of the nobles in town are necessarily favorites among our order here. The one noble outside of town, however, I like him.
You're speaking of Dracos?
Yes, very, very interesting young dragonborn lad. I've been summoned by him several times, especially in the past 3, 4 months, and he's definitely got some interesting ideas, that boy, and maybe too much money.
I have heard good things. Also, that he probably has too much money. You know, for a noble, he seems alright.
All right, well, the Blackthorn issue is something we'll have to deal with later. Should we try to wake our friend here, or is there more questions for me?
I think, firstly, is the room we're in, are there any windows?
There's like a couple, but they're very large windows, but with glass.
And there's light coming in through them?
Yes.
All right.
Enough light to illuminate half the room, I would say.
Okay. Because I'm just concerned.
You're worried about
I
the
don't know if
things that
it's
are in
just
my
moonlight
pockets.
or if it's natural light. Yeah. So just kind of like, are there like
Well, they're all
curtains or
they're all
something?
disassembled, remember?
The music box isn't. I
I
don't
broke
think.
it.
I think you guys broke the little turn thing.
Yeah, I broke the handle
Oh,
off
yeah,
of it.
okay.
And it made
Yeah.
like a little fizzle
But there was
stop.
still
It was
there
still,
were still the totems which were intact, if I remember correctly.
but I took
And-
the dolls off of them.
And we didn't break the, like, you can still see the runes and everything
Yeah,
on the music boxes without like those having been broken, that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess retroactively, Silvara would give you guys the scrawling that she had made, so you
Okay.
have a physical copy.
Yeah.
the frantic notes she was taking before she
Before
got
she got
nearly
hit with like what was
murdered.
that, like 18 damage at once? Yeah, some crazy thing like that.
Fucking nerd writing down history notes before she gets nearly murdered in the street.
Yeah, defenseless sorceress.
Well, Bresrick
Alright.
pulls out the totems and says, "Have you ever seen these before?" Sets them on the table.
I'm just gonna be like, are we sure bringing like I don't know how they interact with daylight.
Man, I'm rolling terrible for the NPCs. Anyway, um, she takes a look at it and she instantly recognizes what it is, but you can tell her frustration in trying to decipher what is written. She she gets up, goes over to her armoire. She reaches in,
Armoire
pulls
of
out
many
a
random objects.
pulls out a thick dusty tome. She slams it down and starts kind of like quickly going through, stopping, quickly going through, stopping. But she doesn't seem to be finding exactly what she's looking for, and then kind of slams the book down and kind of pushes it forward with a little bit of frustration. Grabs this like skeletal poppet totem thing, and she looks over at the guy, looks back at the totem, and she says, "Is this guy from our plane of existence?" And she puts the totem down on the table, and it kind of like rolls over through the sunlight, out of the sunlight. Nothing happens.
No. Stop it. That's not your food.
I thought that was how you were responding to her. Is this guy from
Me
our
too.
plane of existence?
Stop it.
No. Kree goes, no. Stop it.
Does the Feywild count as our plane?
No, that'd be a different plane.
No, wait, hold on. You're right. What's the proper terminology then? Not plane, but
Well, I thought the Feywilds were
is it a
one of the-
different plane?
I'm pretty sure because like it's just like the outer realms that's attached but not attached.
Because it's like Earth, not Earth. You know what I mean? But it's like the main area, and then there's Shadowfell and Feywild, right?
I
And
thought
that's
the Feywilds you still had to go through a portal. It's just the
Yeah,
portals
typically
aren't.
you can't like walk to the Feywild
Yeah.
yeah,
in
not
the world.
naturally.
Yeah.
Like
It
the
just
few
happens.
times you can, it's like the portals are just blended so well with our reality.
Mhm.
Yeah, one
But
does not
you're
separate
not
bolts.
exactly. You're not actually walking from point A to point B with point B being the Feywild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're okay saying plane, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
Mm.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted
Yeah.
to make sure that we were all like we all had the same kind of definition.
Yeah.
Because like I know that there's like astral plane and stuff like that, and I didn't know if that was more where you were going,
Oh no.
um,
Yeah.
or if it was like it is just a place that is outside of this area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Althea says, clearly you can tell there's necromantic magic at work here, but there's a second. I don't know how to put it, but like a second strand of magic that I cannot identify coming from this totem, the work that's been put into this. I could try to unravel it if you leave it with me, but it would take some time.
Oh, we can leave. We can definitely leave one with her at least. I've got like what, 3.
I think so. 2 or
Also
3.
unrelated, or well, technically related. I just looked it up, and according to D&D Beyond, the Feywild is a parallel plane to the material plane.
Okay, that's what I thought too. Like Shadowfell and Feywild was parallel.
Like could you or like just I guess
They're not like
maybe
an
not.
outer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not like
like
the
not
outer
in-
realms where they're like completely detached and not
Yeah.
remotely related.
If you
It's
know much about like Norse mythology, closer to that,
Yeah.
they're all
where everything is existing within the same space, but not the same space necessarily.
Well, it's more
Mhm.
like they're layered on top of each
Yeah.
other, but
Yeah.
like completely separate spaces. It's just that sometimes each of them bleeds through. So like the Feywild bleeds through in the overworld, and Shadow bleeds through in the underworld. If that
Right.
makes sense. That's why sometimes you can walk through a cave and end up in hell.
Hooray!
Yay! Monsters
when
beyond all
she-
recognition.
When she asked if he was from our plane of existence, would anyone have said anything?
Oh yeah, sorry, we all got meta there.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I would look at either Cree or Savara and be like, you're the ones who seem to.
Yeah, well, Silvara already tried to suss it out back at the tavern and had no luck.
So it's up to Cree.
I think well,
No.
Cree got a history check on what this guy's about, but not necessarily his magic.
But I mean, she
Yeah,
knows.
not his
Well-
magic, just him.
She knows
in
he's not
general.
from
Yeah.
our plane, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
No,
I'm saying.
that
She knows, she
from
recognizes him
the
as
yeah.
someone she's heard, or as a group she's heard about. So, yeah, I guess I'd just be looking to you like you're the one who was able
Mhm.
to identify that.
I would mention that when or a while back I was lost in the Feywild for a bit, and some of the residents talked about a group that pretty well based solely on description fit him.
Interesting. I, for one, have not come across a group of people like this. I don't know if it's cults or an order or a not a spin-off, a subspecies race. I don't know, but definitely dangerous. How many more of these totems did he have?
How many were in the fight?
What, like 5 or
Or
6?
five, I
5,
believe.
yeah.
Five?
Because we broke through, we broke
We broke all of them.
3. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like
All
initially,
the ones that were down, yeah.
yeah, and then 2 spat out skeletons. So I think 5, and then I had 3 on me, including the one I gave to her. So in total, about 8.
But what I'm trying to understand here is what plan would this person have in setting these around town?
Let me go back in my notes.
No, but not
Yeah,
that not that you said that. But she's like, it just doesn't seem to make sense.
There didn't seem to be any discernible pattern to the way they were setting them about.
Right,
Why-
okay, so
Why cause such chaos?
I will relay to her that the conversation overheard was the creature saying to the group, the wards for the moonlight are set, or the wards are set for moonlight, yes. And then Corbin said, of course they're ready, I've set them up. And the woman we saw said she set the music boxes.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So what you're saying is we could twist these wards to be triggered by different things, such as
Potentially.
sunlight, fire, water, things like that.
God,
Now,
they
whether
could
or
be
not,
triggered by dire
if they were-
cardinals.
whether or not whatever they did summon would be under your control, though, or would fight you, even if you were to be able to summon it under different conditions.
Hmm.
That's something we're not sure of.
Right. So in your battle, it was undetermined if these skeletal creatures would have turned on their masters.
Exactly. We know that that the skeletons weren't attacking them, but we don't know if there was a way to like change the summon to make it friendly to us.
Hmm.
They did
Well-
try to stab me.
That it did.
Okay. And is there anything else that was unusual about these totems or skeletons?
Well,
We did. Go
each
ahead.
of them had a little straw puppet on top of it, which seemed to disappear after it's summoned. Or did
Yeah,
it?
that's what
Don't
she was
remember.
looking at.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it just
Okay.
We did notice that um, if we didn't take them out quickly, they would almost, I don't know if mutate would be the right word, but they would change, get stronger.
Go beyond plus.
Her
alpha.
eyes kind of go wide a little bit, like, really? Stronger? Just by being in the moonlight?
Just by existing, it seemed.
Oh, just by
Well,
being triggered.
I mean, it could be that spending enough time in the moonlight did trigger that, or it could be that just it
I
was a
wasn't-
progression that went over time. It's
To be
hard
fair, I
to
wasn't
figure out the
necessarily paying
variables
attention. Yeah, if it was
because
because it was
we
in the
only saw
moonlight
them
at
in the
the time.
moonlight.
hmm
I should have thrown one out of the moonlight. Damn it.
Would you... Were any of you
Oh.
close to this totem when the skeleton progressed?
I mean, he was standing right next to
Yes.
me.
It was someone was close to the totem of the one that
I think it would have had
upgraded.
to have been Kree or me.
I know I destroyed it, didn't I?
Yeah,
That last,
At
like,
the
Uh,
last
very
one
end, yeah.
yeah.
at the very end, but I didn't think I was like near it
Yeah,
when
it
it got
was-
stronger.
hmm
I don't know who was close by when that happened.
At the
Yeah,
time that it was
Winry
summoned and at
was.
the time that it got stronger, no one was necessarily at or observing the totem.
The reason I ask is I'm wondering if it was temporarily tethered to another realm,
Mhm.
siphoning
Just from my notes,
more power.
Winry would have been the closest, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I made a run for it.
You know what?
when-
I've made everybody do a history check. Gwynry, why don't you roll me a history check?
Okay.
It's just a history kind of day.
And we all suck at it.
It's okay.
Hey, I've been doing pretty good.
Yeah. Um, I, eight is enough to remember that you definitely saw it change color, like the totem itself. If the little puppet hadn't been destroyed, like you would probably say, like from your recollection, maybe the bone changed a little color, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
So it changed color a bit, but
And then once again, Althea's like fascinating, but she she doesn't like her facial doesn't change at all. She just says it with like
Fantastic.
yeah.
Bresrick reaches into his pocket and pulls out the broken music box and says, they were also placing these with the totems as well.
We never
Mm.
got to see them in the moonlight, but
Is this the first time any of you are like really looking at the music box up close?
uh,
I mean, I think Bresrick inspected it when he took it.
Gwynry, do you have from your background, would you say you were even kind of okay versed in reading runes? Like dwarven runes or any runes, ancient runes from
probably.
think at some point Gwynry
I
did
feel like
look at it and was
someone
able
looked
to
at the runes.
recognize some of the runes.
Yeah, because I recognized stuff, but I couldn't like. It was like one letter or two letters.
Yeah.
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 Right.
No. No.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So, and now I can't. Now this is my own poor memory. I can't recall if the totem spike had that on it, or it was on the poppet itself, or anything like that. Did I ever mention that?
I don't remember.
Okay,
I don't think so.
that's all right. It's okay. All that you need to. Where did you guys? It was on. Was it off the ring or the mask, or I can't remember where you guys also saw something similar.
McCarafe's ring?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, the ring
Yes.
because
Yeah.
I inspected it closely.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So, much like the ring, uh, the main symbols on the music box share that language. But whatever is powering or infusing those symbols seems to be the similar magic that Corvin had weaved in through his poppets. But you guys had already dismantled the kind of triggering system.
Yeah. And Broderick hadn't told anyone about the symbols he saw in the ring, right?
Correct. Roderick's been hiding that just so nobody's
So
panicking.
canonize what I said properly. Okay.
Okay. So would you bring up the ring at this point? Or
At this point, at least Althea will be like, I don't recognize these runes, but I sense similar magic flowing through them. And then, like, left hand over the poppet, right hand over the music box, kind of like sensing.
Mhm.
You don't like see anything visually, but like, her eyes are closed, kind of like sensing, feeling.
But no, Broderick would keep it hidden, mostly just so more or less to protect McCarafe from being worried about what her former husband was doing.
And did you already tell her that you didn't trigger any of the magic boxes?
Yeah, we
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so she goes, has anyone tried opening it maybe in a safe area?
No. We
No.
wanted to figure out as much as we could before we did anything like that.
Fair enough. If need be, I do have where we might be putting your friend for the night, a small little dungeon downstairs. If need be.
I don't know how I feel about leaving these things anywhere near our friend here.
True. Well, there's always the forest itself, but you wouldn't want to risk something getting away.
very true. And I'd rather not.
Is there a broom closet here?
I mean, we got an armoire.
I'll go inside and open it.
No, there can be definitely like an off room or a closet space if you need it.
Damn, I was hoping I'd get to fight a clothes golem.
You get to fight a boggart. No.
Well, I think it's time we interrogate our friend.
Hooray!
All right. Who wants to wake him up?
Broderick pimp hands him. I mean, now, and to just give y'all some context, he's got thorny scales on the back of his hand, so it's not gentle.
Would you say it leaves 3 scratches on his face?
I'd say it leaves more like the side of his face looks like he was hit with a waffle iron, but I know what you're doing.
No, all right.
Yeah, I'll look to Broderick and kind of be like, good cop, bad cop.
Already bad cop.
How funny would it be?
Wakey, wake, damn it.
What if Gwynry just ran him through with a sword? It's like, all right, now we're talking. Or a pickaxe, even better.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Okay, so you smack the ever loving shit out of the side of his face, and you're not sure if you just made him become more unconscious.
All right, time to
I
do it
wanna wake
again.
him up.
yeah, I did.
I should almost ask for damage. No, he definitely is getting some big bruises on his face. Um, you know, that of a magic user is fair skin. He definitely wakes up and he groans and he spits out blood.
I'll look at him and go, "Good morning, sleepyhead."
Kill me now.
Brezric kicks the
And
chair
at
over.
this point, I want to cast Detect Thoughts.
Can you link that to me just so I
Yeah.
don't withhold the wrong things or anything?
I mean, if you've got, you could just do it into the chat.
Yeah, that's what I
I'm
meant.
doing. I just have to find it.
Oh shoot, where is my?
Is it? It's yeah. It's only a spell save if I try to go for deeper thoughts.
So it just happens.
Yeah. So he
Whoa.
won't be aware of it unless I try to pry deeper.
Surface thoughts of the creature. What is most on the mind in the moment? Okay. All right. So what's this check if you probe deeper? Just a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
And then what's your spell save DC in case we go there?
13.
Okay.
I
All right.
believe.
No, that's good. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
13.
Continue on.
Yep. So I'll just
Uh,
be
all right.
aggressively cheery at him. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I guess the first surface thought you hear without his mouth moving is, how do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? Why is there a puppet on the table?
I'll just say to
Why do
him,
they have my things?
"You might be here for a while, sweetheart."
No, that he you don't see him say that. You hear him say that,
Yep. Yeah.
and he just kind of grimaces at the group.
Brezric kicks his chair over. Not really looking to get anything out of it, just does it.
He skids across the floor. Ow! Ow! Ow!
I'll
Ow!
help him back up. I'll just kind of sarcastically look at Broderick and be like, "No, that's not any way to treat our guest."
Brezric grunts and then grabs the guy by his shoulders and says, "So, what were you planning to do with all your little fancy dolls and music boxes?"
I guess he hasn't sussed out that you're reading his mind, eh?
Yep, he wouldn't know.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone else would know.
Yeah. So, now, Brozric, you're saying that normally, right?
I mean, like with a hint of potential violence, but yeah.
Do you want to roll?
And are you
Oh, I
saying
can
it out
100%. Yeah, I am saying it out loud.
Oh,
That's a net
Okay, so-
20, baby.
Okay, sorry. All right,
beautiful.
repeat your question with the backing of a nat 20.
What the hell? Oh, so what were you planning on doing with your fancy dolls and music boxes?
Zom's gonna hear like the fear of God. Just maybe he's like saying a prayer in do you know Sylvan?
I do.
Well,
I
you can't read
don't.
brains.
No, but so in Zom's head, she is hearing a Sylvan prayer. It sounds great.
Detect language doesn't last that long, does it?
I don't. Does it
Or
work?
comprehend languages.
Does it work with the? Well, detect thoughts is concentration. Is comprehend languages also concentration?
No, it's not, but I think it only
Uh,
lasts an hour.
All right. Anyway, so he no, you know what? Nat 20. No, we gotta do this Nat 20 style. He is gonna give up the
Yay!
girl.
I'm really good at my job.
He is immediately gonna be like, if I didn't do this, my whole village would be slaughtered. They call me no wait, sorry. They call her the Shadowed Moon. I'm the only one who actually knew her real name. You're looking for Lunae, Lunae. She's the one you want. She's the one who provided me with these things. It was my magic that powered them.
So he's
Please.
saying that out loud.
Oh, he's saying this out loud. You're hearing a
Okay.
prayer still.
Okay.
He thinks he's. Oh, you hear like also weaved in. I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
I pick him up, still attached to the chair. Pick him up and I say, "Where can we find her?"
Good question. I have two potential answers. Do you know? Do you guys know this yet?
Do you
don't.
know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
She's married to the Muffin Man.
Okay, he is going to tell you to go. Where the hell is the name of it? Ah. You can find her at the Iron Pit. It's in town. Just ask the right people.
All right, one sec. This is the song that's playing as I'm scaring the bejesus out of this man.
Well, I'd be
I mostly
hearing in his thoughts that he's being genuine and that
Yes, he is being 100%
he's acting under
genuine.
duress. Okay.
I'm gonna ride this Nat 20 as long as I can.
Okay. I'm just gonna like put a hand on Broderick and kind of try give you like a look like he's telling the truth, kind of.
I kind of glance down and I kind of give a little nod. And then I just shake him again and I say, "What the hell was that thing that was with you two?"
Ah. Well, Nat 20. So, the thing that was with them is. I need to break up this Google Doc because it is slow. The thing you're talking about, the like that twig kind of creature, right?
Yeah, the asshole who I hit with the other asshole.
Yeah. So he tells you that was a creation of my own. I called him the Umbral Summoner, Umbral.
Mm-hmm.
It was something that me and Zom, you can hear him say, "My dead friends," in his head.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Had created. It wasn't supposed to be used this way.
Well, how the hell were we supposed to use that thing?
Well, it was gonna be kind of like a wood automaton kind of useful helper. Not technically fully alive, but something that would take simple commands. But when I made all three of them, Lunae twisted them, and suddenly they could summon the what are they called? Nightmare creatures. And then Zom, you hear him say, "Nightmare conduits."
Okay.
They were these things were supposed to. Now, meta-wise, do you guys know of like X-Men and those Sentinels? Anyone know
Yeah.
about those? And you know how the
Mhm.
Sentinels
Vaguely.
have like the Mother Sentinel,
Yeah.
and the Mother Sentinel, all she does, or I don't even know if it's she. All it does is basically just pump out more Sentinels, and that's all it does.
Mm.
So that is the vibe I'm going to try to convey here, where this thing basically was like a Mother Sentinel. Its whole purpose was to kind of like make more smaller versions of these little wooden automatons that would gleefully help and like designed to kind of like help a small village, right?
Mhm.
Like you could send these things out into like a farm field, and they would kind of like cut down crops and bring them back in very simple tasks. But what he says is Lune twisted these things, and I honestly didn't know. I still don't know what they can do. I don't know what that little creature would have done. And he looks at Kree, almost sorrowfully, but it's like I don't know what it would have done. And we can all flash back to the little creature grappling onto Kree with two hands ready to go into the back of Kree's skull, and it never happened.
Ready to fucking tear my brains out.
Flashback to Skilla, asleep on the ground.
What can I
The
say?
same,
I like throwing
the same
things.
creature grappling onto her, about to do the same. Um, and then we'll everyone out of the flashback. Um,
Yeah.
And then Zom, you're starting to hear, "I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die."
Well, I'll just look at him and be like, you don't seem like a bad person. I, at least, have no intent to cause you any further harm.
Zom, you hear, "You don't know me. You don't know what I've done."
All right, at this point, I'll just bend down, look right in his eyes, and go, why don't you tell me what you've done?
At this point, Brozorik's D20 rubs off.
Yay.
He doesn't answer anymore.
That means I'm going to yell at him again.
But I can still hear his thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You just you just hear him once again going, "I'm gonna die," as he can kind of look at Brozorik.
Okay. I'm gonna risk it and try pry deeper.
So I need
So
to
he
do
has
a
to-
wisdom.
Yeah.
All right. So I have to beat a 13.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't. Okay, what happens when you pry deeper? Do you just like you gain insight into reasoning, emotional state, and something that looms large in the mind, something it worries over, loves, or hates. You're gonna see, Zom,
Mm-hmm.
the most beautiful kind of fey elven woman. She'll probably look in human terms maybe 10 years older than Corvin.
Okay.
Um, you get the feeling this is someone he loves.
Mm-hmm.
She has like she has super long, lustrous violet hair. In this recollection in his mind, it's almost as if her hair like sparkles, and she wears like a very not extravagant dress, but like plain but pretty.
Mhm.
And you get the feeling that she is rather dead or will be dead.
Do I pick up a name?
No.
Okay. I'll just be like, oh, she's pretty. Who's she? You seem to be awfully fond of her, and she seems like she's in danger.
Lune said that if I didn't follow her specific instructions to a T, she would kill the last person of my tribe.
Well,
How long have
personally,
you?
I'd rather avoid that.
I had one final instruction that I was supposed to carry out tonight.
And what's that?
We have an accomplice named. Once again, I'm waiting on a Google Doc.
Mhm.
I can tell you everything about this person. I just forgot the name. Named. Where are thou? Nekros. Nekros. He is what she called a chaos enforcer.
Is she the one that went invisible?
Lune is the invisible.
Yeah,
lady.
that was the one we
Okay.
were. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
yeah, so we have an accomplice named Nekros. And Nekros had tasked us with collecting specifically more music boxes to be placed in specific places around town at midnight tonight.
do
Mhm.
you know what the result of that was supposed to be?
Without speaking, you see, I guess you get the vibe of that nightmare conduit thing.
Mm-hmm.
You get the vibe of that, and at the same time, he's thinking about the music boxes,
Okay.
almost as if they're one and the same.
Mm.
Noted.
Except I don't know that.
Yeah, have fun conveying.
Yeah. I will pass this all on later, obviously. It probably just looks like at this point I'm like, because I'll be saying things to him
Well, I'm
that
gonna see.
have
I'm
no
gonna.
context to.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Gonna-
I'm just going for pure intimidation at this point, and just
Man, he's stupid. All right.
fantastic.
Well,
I,
how do you think he was such a good thrall?
yeah. Oh, good one. All right.
All right, so I want to say, look, we don't want any more harm to come to your village, but we
Pause.
can't just.
You get a sense the village is no more.
I was gonna
Well,
say I think the village
what's
is
left of your
gone.
village. Yeah.
The one person. I don't think that's what's left. I don't think that's even counting. Or that even counts as what's left of a village anymore. I think we just gotta keep one person alive.
Yeah, we don't want any more harm to come to anyone. But we also just can't let this Linnae run around and summon nightmare creatures.
She can't go around summoning whatever she wants.
Wait a minute,
No.
I forgot. We didn't roll for the old coot.
Oh, I've rolled
He
twice
did.
Oh,
already.
you did? Oh, I didn't
Do you
see
know how
that.
close I came? I
Damn it.
rolled a
Yeah.
3 and then like a 94.
God,
And remember, I have to get 1
fucking
or
damn
100.
it. That old coot, he's so close. So close I can almost hear him. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna cry
Corvin's
tears
gonna
of joy.
Corvin's gonna look at Yo, kind of like eyes dart between everyone, Althea, Gwynry, everybody, Silvara, and then you're gonna hear a pleading tone in his voice, and he says, "Nekros is not one to be messed with.
I would just point to Brosrick and say, neither is he.
Be careful of his." Or sorry, let me rephrase. Never look into his eyes. There's something he can do to you that just he kind of like shivers for a second, looks directly at Kree, and says, "You just don't want to look into his eyes."
Has
And you,
has Corvin looked into his eyes and would have a memory?
yeah, let's say Corvin, what you get is a sense of dread, a sense of helplessness,
Mm-hmm.
like utter helplessness, like as if you don't have arms anymore. Not saying that's what happens, but like that's that feeling, like you are existing without these things that you need.
You have no means to defend yourself or escape.
That's what you feel like, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
I'll
He's
just
not to be
kind of
trifled with.
I'll put a hand on his shoulder and kind of comfortingly and like I can see that that's not something
I don't
pleasant to
think you
go
can
through.
put a hand on his shoulder. I'm still holding him upright in the air, by the way.
Okay.
I haven't put him down once this entire time.
I'm just standing on the table behind
He's
him.
got like a broken chair leg
We
in him.
pulled up a stool for you to stand on.
Yeah, I'll just, as comforting as I can be, kind of for the first time acknowledging out loud that I'm kind of in his head right now.
Hmm.
Well, no,
Um,
you already acknowledged because you knew what his girlfriend looked like.
No, I rolled for how stupid he was.
Oh,
and he was
right.
pretty dumb.
I forgot. He's an idiot.
Yeah. Well, because
Alright.
he would be, when I tried to probe deeper, he would be aware of that.
Like a nut being cracked open.
But just for everyone else in the room, for the first time, kind of implying that I am currently reading his thoughts.
You see his manacles glow for a second, and his hands start to like, you hear like a little like sizzle and crack.
Mhm.
He tried to do something and it didn't work.
Well,
And he seems visibly more tired.
Resrick headbutts him.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna say, don't wear yourself out, hun.
Al-
You're in no shape to fight any of us.
Althea
And with
kind of laughs in the corner. She's like, he just tried to teleport.
And
oh,
I was gonna be nice and use lay hands on. Or lay on hands, whatever the hell that thing is.
all right.
You were gonna lay hands on him one way or another.
Instead, I laid my skull into his.
All right. Are you finishing him off, or are you just knocking
Well,
him out?
no,
No, I'm just
'cause
headbutting him as a to make a
As a-
point.
Don't try that again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I want to try and convince him to help us.
Okay.
So can I kind of?
I think
I'll just look
because
to Brusrick and be kind of like, "Hey, I'm gonna try something. Can you have me
Alright.
back?"
I lower him and spin him around so he's facing you now.
I was gonna give you advantage anyway, only because he failed to even sense what spell you had cast on him, or on yourself, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say to him,
All right. Roll with advantage of persuasion.
time to see if the +7 does me right.
Yeah. Let's see if
I
the
would
bar.
fucking
Yo,
hope.
you rolled an 8. No, I'm joking.
Come on.
Yeah, 17 will do it.
Thank God for that +7.
Yeah. So what are you gonna say here? Because like, you're gonna give him some assurances.
Yeah, I want to say, look, we don't want to see any more harm done. I can tell, I have seen in your memories that you are under
You can
duress.
see into my memories? No, he doesn't say that. But his eyes go wide.
Bresrick donkey punches him. I'm kidding.
His eyes
I'm kidding.
his eyes widen a little when you say that.
Yeah, and just, I can Yeah, sorry, I cast Detect Thoughts on you, but you know,
He kind of like
not
grinds
sorry.
grinds his teeth a little.
But the deed is done, so.
Yeah.
You had like 3 chances to figure this out. It's fine.
Althea is
Um,
gonna say, "You guys can borrow the manacles. Just cut the chain if he's gonna comply."
I was just gonna lock him up, but all right.
or and I just like I want to continue like we are just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here, and we don't want to see any more people come to harm, and that includes you and whoever that girl was in your memory,
Mm.
if she's still. Because I
Well,
sensed that she was in danger, or
I don't know where she is, but she's definitely in danger.
and we don't want that.
Yeah.
So maybe you help us, we help you.
Okay. You still have the detect thoughts on, right?
Yes.
You're going to hear the name. I'll spell it for you. Lady Janaea. Jineyih. He doesn't say it out loud, but you hear it, Lady Janaea.
I'll kind of just give him a look, like, you know, because he knows that I'm in his thoughts now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll kind of just give him a look of like,
Yeah,
do I need to ask out loud who that was, or will you?
he'll look back at you sorrowfully, but close his eyes. And you're gonna just kind of get the vibe of like, can I say like you could see something, or is it just like thoughts?
I mean, I guess it's kind of,
I don't know. You kind of broke through the barrier, so
yeah.
yeah, you're gonna see like like vibrant greens and kind of like a mix of a twilight sky, and you see a pretty plain, almost kind of generic jungle-ish village here. Jungle and as a background thing. Um, and you see a lot of like happy children, some with like bright purple hair, some with black hair, some with streaks of silver, and just kind of like dreamily looking up at a Juliet style balcony. You see Lady Judea, and you get a sense of where the name of the town is Embervale.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just say, we can't bring back what's already lost, but we can at least try and stop anything more.
You need to save her. I don't care what happens to me now. I'll help in any way I can.
Right.
I
No,
won't
just
run.
kind of.
Yeah, he looks literally at Brozarek. I won't run.
Bresrick lays his hand on his head and which, by the way, I'm basically palming his whole fucking head.
It's like when I palm my 3-year-old son's head. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
And I use lay on hands on him.
What does this look like on his like kind of beaten, bruised, and bloody face? Does it kind of like sew up the skin? Does the blood kind of dry and flake off? How does that look?
From I'm gonna say, because it's a holy or a divine ability, blood gets pulled back into the cuts and they kind of
Nice.
magically knit themselves together.
I like that.
his
Nice.
his his bruises just fade rapidly, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Okay, so what do I want to do? Oh, fuck it, why not? Right, I'm just gonna just lean down to him and just be like, what, just one last thing. Does the name Mildmore mean anything to you?
That's a great question. Let's find out.
Yay!
Nope.
He knows jack shit. I love that none
Okay.
of us know anything except for
Y-
Cree.
You get maybe the faint feeling that he may have heard it before, but it's not important
Okay.
to
Yeah.
him.
A lot of people have heard that name before. So, yeah, okay, I'll turn to the rest of the group and be like, all right, what do we want to do? Do we want to keep him here for the time being?
I know he's not going to run away, but I do believe he still needs to be contained, lest he
I
does
would be
something
inclined to agree.
foolish.
And I just look back at Corbin and be like, no offense.
Mm.
You've given us plenty of reasons.
I'm
to not
still
trust
palming
you.
his head, by the way. I have not
Yeah.
let go. He can't see the world.
Yeah, he's definitely not trying to escape or anything.
All right, I'll look to Althea and be like, is that okay? You know, do you mind babysitting?
No, not at all. And she says, "What kind of accommodations would you want? Has the situation changed?"
Your
I
most
mean, something
comfortable
secure.
prison cell.
Yeah, something secure, but I think he deserves at least a modicum of comfort.
Mm.
He
So
gets
you're
a
saying I
bucket
do
with
throw.
a seat.
So you're saying I do throw some sort of mat down for him instead of the cold hard floor?
Yes. And a blanket.
Mm.
The least flea-bitten one you have.
Althea just kind of does like a Kurt Rye smile. Yeah. Okay. And then Althea will be like, "It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure meeting all of you. Is there anything else I can help you with?"
Um,
Oh, am I cutting out?
swap to, like,
Oh no, I think a zombie.
Zombie.
Yeah, zombie's a little
my
robot.
internet is-
You're cutting hard.
Oh.
No. The other side of the country.
The internet is trying to
The country, the world.
I was gonna say, wow. New Zealand got a lot closer.
the internet is,
If
your
only.
your internet is just trying to tell you, hey, kind of wrap things up. Time's
Oh
up.
my god, the timer. It's literally the timer.
Yeah, all right. I mean, yeah, if no one else has anything they want to say to him, I
Damn
No.
it, we were so close.
but I'd be like,
Oh
I
my
guess
god.
want to.
If we have anything else we want to say to him, let's do it now.
The machines, they're trying to communicate. Oh, and Billy's happening too.
Yeah, yeah.
Just New Zealand's internet shitting
Oh
itself.
god.
Maybe it's
No.
because I started the call because I'm in Canada. Probably if one of you guys started, it might have been better. Next time.
Next time.
Zom, type it out. They were good all this time, but
I know, and just now.
before we do that, Billy,
which
do you
ring?
have to go?
I still
Blink.
got some time. I've still
Okay.
got some time.
All right. Zom, talk.
Also, which
I'm
ring?
still
Okay.
I'm
You guys
still
are.
showing. Oh,
Are you-
I'm in
We're
orange
clear
now.
now.
It keeps going between orange and red, like on my
Yeah,
end.
yep.
That's not good.
You're
Something
both
with
Here,
Auckland's internet.
I've got a
Yeah.
solution. I've got a solution.
Okay.
Everybody leave really quickly.
And then
And
you'll
then
call.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Real quick.
Sounds good.
All right.
Oh, I'm in green.
There
What's
we
up,
go.
sexy people?
Green, yeah.
Hey, long time no see.
My paladin abilities are growing stronger.
You've blessed the internet across the
That's
world.
right.
Okay. Zom, really quick. You're wanting to
Yeah.
ask about.
I wanted to ask about the wedding ring and then the mask that Silvara saw
Mm-hmm.
the person wearing, and the symbols that were in my dream that I had seen
Yep.
at home and
Wait,
that
but
were in
what
the book.
about the wedding ring though?
I want to know if there's anything up with it.
Ah, okay.
The fact that you decided to keep it tells me that there is.
God damn it.
All right. So
And I
I'll-
want to know I'm not crazy.
all right.
You
So
are crazy, just not
is-
about this.
I mean, yeah.
is the ring going to be presented?
I will kind of be like, Brusrick currently has this.
That's why I'm asking.
And
Because
I would
you can
kind of-
ask, and Althea will respond like, I honestly will need to see this thing before I can tell you anything
Yeah.
about it.
I'll kind of just look at Brusrick, like, give it to
But-
her.
Begrudgingly, he pulls the ring out and holds it up and to hand over to Althea.
Okay. Althea will gingerly hold it in her armored gloved hand and quickly inspect it and almost immediately go, this isn't my area of expertise, but if you head to a little shop in town called the Enchanted Trinket, the people there would be able to help you, almost certainly.
Wonderful, thank you very much.
This just isn't my forte.
And
Right.
I will let Brusrick take it back.
Brusrick pockets it again.
I'm gonna quickly just do a roll for her. She is gonna mention though, I don't get a good feeling. I really wouldn't suggest any of you wearing that.
It's not been worn in quite a while, and I at least will not be wearing it again.
Brusrick's
Okay.
been formulating a plan because he has his own suspicions.
And now, when you talked about the mask, how did you present talking about a mask? Or did you let Silvara?
I would pull out the copy of the page that I took and be like, does any of this mean anything to you?
This is a meta
Um,
question,
and
but
I-
what the fuck mask are we talking about? Because I don't remember.
Do you want to tell him?
I think we lost Zombie again.
Oh, she dead? She gone?
Oh no.
She a robot?
We got Robot Zombie.
Yeah. My powers could only last for so long.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what I remember. The mask, if I recall, had the same symbols around its edges that the rings also had around the separate stones in the rings. Is that right, Tom?
I'm just trying to where did we get said mask? I don't remember that.
We don't have the mask.
Oh.
It's from, I think, Zom and McCarafe's, or that's the same
Was
person.
was it
It's
confirmation?
Mikarafe and Silvara's dreams.
Oh,
Hmm.
right. Masked asshole. Got it.
I'd give her the
Is that
page that had them.
Oh, I can
Oh.
hear. Oh, yeah,
Oh, we
I
can
got
kinda hear you.
robot-y.
Kind of
Okay.
working.
Yeah, I
Never mind.
just
Not really.
We hear Billy, but we don't hear
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm in the green. I'm good.
I don't know.
She gives the person we've been talking to the page that she has where she has written down
Mhm.
the mask and like drawn the mask and symbols.
Althea is about to
Is
speak
that
when.
right?
Yep. No, that makes sense to me. But Corvin
Hmm.
is gonna kind of like pry Brozerik's fingers just a little bit so he can see the drawing. Corvin's actually gonna speak up and give some knowledge here. That belongs to other the other accomplice. Necros is second in command. I hate that my Google Docs are so slow. Because normally I'd be okay. Zalthea. That mask belongs to Zalthea. Zalthea. She frequents the Silver Hourglass bathhouse.
Oh, looks like Brezrik's gonna have to go undercover.
Yeah. So Lune is, or was it Neck? No, God, I gotta write my own shit down. I think, or you guys can tell me. Did I say it was Lune or Necros who is spotted in the Iron Pit?
Lune.
Okay, that is correct because that's what I've written down over here. Okay, great. So yeah, these are the things you have gotten so far. You've learned Necros's name, and I
And that
think
he
he
was
called
gonna
him.
do what he was gonna do tonight.
Yeah, and he was dubbed a Chaos Enforcer. If I didn't say that, I meant to. Yeah, Lune will be found at the Iron Pit. Zalthea could be found at the Silver Hourglass Bathhouse and Spa.
Oh, I'm in the green again.
Yay!
Yay!
Welcome back.
Yay.
Yeah. So these are the things we learned via interrogation. You also learned that Corvin definitely has some sort of teleporting ability that was
Thwarted.
I was
nullified.
gonna say
Yeah.
thwarted.
You know what's funny? There exists a world where you guys denied the manacles.
And
I have a whole route written down for that.
I
Which is
am
cool.
no fool.
I would
Of course,
never
would that
deny
have pulled
manacles.
me with because I was holding on to him?
Keep that in mind.
Okay, I'll give you this because you rolled really well on a bunch of things, especially like it would trigger off being struck.
Hmm.
So he was kind of waiting for the next kind of thing, but he also, yeah, but he also has something else. So he has kind of a couple aces up his sleeve that nothing kind of worked.
It's because I'm too good at my job.
He thought you were gonna kill him for sure.
I was considering
he
it.
did. Yep, he was terrified.
Would that have broken your oath?
Just depends. Because, like, really, it just played, like, with the new information I now know.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I was wondering.
But if it had happened before I knew that information.
Oh, isn't it a funny thing?
Yep.
Okay.
I have to
Any other
also-
questions for Althea or Corvin? Since you're gonna leave them both.
I've got everything. Oh, actually, no, Althea.
Yes.
As a fellow paladin, there must be
Mhm.
some sort of armory here, correct?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed. This is a smaller chapter than I would like,
So, I mean, if it's a broom closet with
But-
swords in it, I'm fine.
but where's my shit? I have a thing. There's a thing. We do have what we guard here. It's a sacred artifact called the Light of Justice.
Tell me
We
more.
do hold regular vigils here, where we meditate, share our stories as we seek for divine guidance for upcoming missions. But we really don't have more than what you may already have. And she kind of like alludes to your armor. And then she kind of looks down at her own. She's like, this was a custom job in town, and I am quite I quite like this very much.
I don't think it would
If you
fit
remember,
on
she
me
has like a
very-
mirror
yeah.
sheen.
So I don't think I could fit into your armor, so. Tell
She
me-
is gonna put her hand on your shoulder for a second and look deep in your eyes and go, "Why were you so mad earlier when we first met?" And she kind of like narrows her gaze a little bit, scrunches her nose,
Resrick
trying to
takes,
suss you out.
Resrick takes a deep breath and exhales it slowly.
It's okay.
A long story, but answer me one question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a brother?
No, I'm an only child, but I do have several cousins. Why? Do you know someone who looks like me?
Yes, I've met one man who looks very similar to you.
Here,
Bloody
Bazaar,
urge to
before you
det-
before you go
I-
any further, I'm gonna give you this knowledge.
I
I never got your full name, Paladin. What was it again?
Resrick Rithruznid.
You wouldn't know the crossroads, would you?
Resrick's eyes widen and he kind of freezes for a moment.
Oh, okay,
I re-
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna turn my detect thoughts to Rosrick.
Oh shit!
You monster!
Monster!
That
Okay.
you don't know.
I know I don't know.
Well,
What's
okay,
my?
how does that work?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's my defend or my?
No, you.
If
There
I'm
is
just
nothing to
looking at
defend
surface
against.
thoughts,
Oh right, if you're
you
just
have
looking at
no idea.
surface
Yeah.
thoughts.
Look at Zom, just like I'm gonna soak up everything.
All right, fine. You wanna look into
Yeah.
my thoughts? Hang on.
Yeah,
We're
Brosnick
gonna-
is just like, or
We're gonna
Bazaar, I'm
play
like, oh,
this.
fuck.
Hang on. We're gonna play. How do I do whispers in this shit?
How long does detect thoughts even last?
Oh,
I think 1 hour.
Because
you
how
know?
long has this
I was gonna say,
conversation
wasn't it
gone on
1
for? I
hour?
thought it was a minute.
Oh no, it's a minute.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you'd have
Yeah.
to you'd have to cast it again,
Yeah.
which is fine, but you would have to cast it again.
oh, that would be all of my second level spell slots.
I mean, is it worth it to you?
Oh, I'm far too curious for my own good. Yeah, I'll cast it again.
All right. How the hell do I do whispers?
I have no idea, man. I just
Is
use
it
Try-
slash W?
Yeah, try /W and then the name.
or just use Discord.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll
just
just use Discord.
message her in Discord.
Sorry.
No, I'm interested.
I mean, you know this, so like
I do know.
There's nothing. I just gotta figure out how I wanna
Oh, by the way,
Where it'd
Bizarre,
be.
I started making the world building aspects, and I had questions for you, but I'll ask you after.
All right, I got questions for you too, anyway, so it's fine.
Because I didn't want to make assumptions about certain things. And Zom was like, "Yeah, you should probably really check with Bizarre on some stuff." I'm like, "Yeah."
Mhm.
Oh, also, Kree, I have what I think is a almost finished version of your background area as well. I think. I like. I'm gonna run it by you first before it's
Mhm.
canon or anything, but so hopefully you like it. And then I've already sent Billy a giant. Here's all your dwarven knowledge.
Yeah, yeah.
Dang it.
That
Here's
was
your
great,
homework.
honestly. It's so
Did
good.
you go through it?
Not all of it.
Yeah.
I'm like halfway through it. It's a lot,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's really good. It's super in depth.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, this should answer any question you ever have. Hopefully. All right. You guys gotta talk to us. Talk
I
to
know,
us.
I'm sorry, I'm typing out. I'm trying to type as fast as I can without being like insanely detailed.
The way I would have heard the crossroads said.
It's not technically the crossroads unless
Or,
It's
yeah.
unless
just
Bizarre wants it. It's just crossroads.
just crossroads.
Yeah. I just said it that way as
Yeah.
yeah.
Would that,
It's almost like a test.
yeah, would I recall anything around that, you know, having
You
traveled
yourself?
a lot
I don't
or
think so. You may
knowing
have heard
people who traveled
you may have
a
heard of
certain
like
bard?
yeah, you may have heard of um like
Well,
of
I'll give this
yeah.
information to everyone for free.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a city by any means.
It is not.
It's small. And it's
Mhm.
the only notable feature of it is the crossroads in it. Thus the name.
Yep.
So most likely it would be very unheard of.
Yeah, when I was world building it, I was trying to think of like what would be the absolute necessary things, and these would not be shops. These would be just like people who live here who can do this thing.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Yeah.
There's a blacksmith. There is a
Exactly. It's like Bob can do this and this, but he doesn't have a shop. He just does it because the town needs it. It's not even a town; it's a small village. Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, those are the images you get, zombie.
All right.
As well as a deep-seated rage.
Can I then switch it to Althea?
Yeah. Okay, so where did we leave off before?
Oh, she said, do you know of the crossroads? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she's looking. Okay, so for you, Bizarre, she is seeking for you to say, "I know of crossroads, not the crossroads." Kind of that kind of vibe. That's what she's kind of seeking when she asked that.
I think he would have Bresrick would have whispered just the word crossroads. Kind of.
And then she will do like a direct nod, kind of like the "I know what you know." Zom, you will hear or you know what I mean. You detect that Althea is thinking he better not what's the word? He better not what's the word like when you mistake someone for something? I guess just mistake. I thought there was a special word for it. But he better not be mistaking me for Reardon. and I guess spell everything for Zom. Riordan, Riordan.
Noted. And I will do my best to just I was very unaware of what's going on.
We got a robot again.
I was going to say
And
yes,
so-
robot mistress.
Yeah. So Brozark just said crossroads, right?
Yes, very quiet.
And then she's gonna go. Trust me, we are. I'm not part of the noble family.
He
And
kind of
she like lays it thick when she says noble.
Bresrick kind of regains his composure, quietly, and just kind of nods.
She's gonna extend her arm, like she's expecting you to do that. You know that like kind of like grapple they used to do in like the ancient times, you know?
Oh
Yeah. She's gonna extend the arm that way and say, "Are we square?"
Bresrick hesitates, but eventually he does grab her arm and says, "For now, but I
Yeah.
have questions."
And then real quick, who does the cooking?
That would be me.
All right, so without her knowing that, she's gonna be like, "The food was always great," and she'll smile.
A single small tear kind of leaks out of his eyes.
Yeah, she catches that and she does not speak anymore.
Does she think though?
Oh,
Damn,
God damn it!
you mind,
God
you
damn.
fucking mind
Ah.
vampire.
Okay, hold
Christ.
on. You're gonna. Okay, actually, this leads into one of my questions. What colored scale is the family? Is everyone the same?
Yeah, they're all copper
Perfect.
dragonborn.
That was one of my big questions I was debating. Perfect. Zom, you get uh not names, but you definitely get like good vibe feelings, and maybe you see like a flash of some dragonborn faces in a tavern.
Mhm.
That's it. And good vibes, good food, good smells. Maybe you get like a nostalgic. You're feeling nostalgia coming off of her.
Oh, I forgot to give a piece of lore when I was giving you the lore dump the other day. So
Oh, did you? Okay.
yeah, I'll be
Rude.
sure. Listen,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I wrote
I'll
a
run-
fucking novella for this, man.
Yes, yes. That's all I want. I want everyone to write novellas. No, no, it's great.
I'm
That's
working on
perfect.
it, okay?
I hope my ideas mesh with yours, and I'll give you everything I wrote down. But yeah, okay. Don't want to keep people too long. What else do we want to do after this
Weren't
interaction?
um were we going to help why can't I think of her name? Our fairy.
Silvara?
Yeah.
Silvara.
With trying to figure out why she can't magic.
I feel like that since the healer isn't here,
Yeah, I
because like
think.
most paladins are just like slightly magical meatheads.
Yeah,
Fair.
Althea did mention without even knowing that the healer of the order would be coming in later tonight.
Okay. So it would be a return later.
Yeah.
Or
Mhm.
stick around if there were
Well,
other
but
things we wanted to
except
do.
Or send a cardinal. Make that a thing.
and I kind of almost feel like we need to do a bit of a split up thing again. Um,
Mm.
like,
Why don't we map out what you want to do next time,
yeah,
and then we'll be like snapping faster to things
yeah,
and not reading thoughts because someone ran out of level 2 spell slots.
that's right.
At least I
Someone,
can get 4 hours rest.
Yeah.
someone wasted spell slots to find
So
out
so
about my deep
so if-
dark secrets.
yeah. So if everyone wants to maybe put forward one thing they want to investigate or do, that'd be super helpful. because I want to make sure everyone gets to do stuff and say stuff,
And
Well,
there are a
which I
couple
know
of-
is not always easy.
Yeah, there are a couple of things I wanted to like talk to the group about. I think
Mhm.
the two things that McAfee wanted to do was get to the Paladins and, figure out what's going on with all this stuff, and then check out what's going on at the Jolly Jackalope.
oh right, I forgot about that
Mhm.
place.
Oh yeah.
The sex dungeon. Well, now Bresrick's kind of got two missions, I think. One is to go check out that shop and show the ring to them, but kind of to do it without McArafay. Mostly
Ooh.
just to not eh, mostly just to find out what it is without her so that
Mhm.
he can kind of
Yeah, you need a different type of. You need more of like an intelligence magic caster and not so much
Yeah.
charisma magic caster.
Mhm.
yep.
Or a wisdom magic caster.
Mm-hmm. Just not charisma.
Just not charisma. The one thing I have in fucking spades.
Yeah, we
I was
saw
saying
it.
it because
Charisma
you
and
said
power.
intelligence, and then I'm just like, oh, I can't really help you there either because I'm wisdom. So
Wisdom.
So that, and then also, what was the go find what's her face in the iron
Oh, the Iron Pit.
pit? Yeah.
Yeah, finding yeah, we got to make sure we get proper names and places. It was find Lunay at the Iron Pit,
mhm.
and then Zalthea was at the Silver Hourglass Bathhouse. And then I don't think we found out where Necros was, but you learned of Necros.
Yeah, we learned that he was going to be doing the same shit at midnight.
Yeah.
Although, could be fun to do an undercover thing at the bathhouse. Pretend to be
Everyone
a,
wants to go to the
pretend to
bathhouse.
be the attendant
I was
there.
already thinking that like McArafay after the battle would be like, I need a fucking bath.
Mhm.
It's gonna be like the beach episode of an anime.
Yeah, I think Winry's gonna avoid the bathhouse.
Why not?
Mm.
It's that one character in the beach episode of the anime who's just like, nah, I'm gonna stay home.
Resrick
No,
knocks
but
out the
no, but this brings up a good point, Billy. What would you like
Yeah.
Winry to
Yes.
do on the next
Might
session?
just like stop by the bathhouse on the way to do other things.
What?
You're-
What was that?
I was gonna say you just turned into a fucking Cylon.
No, but I want to make sure. Like, what would Gwynry want to go? Where would she want to go, and what would she want to kind of
Probably
discover?
after Lunay, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's a good call too.
Alright, so
Yeah.
Gwynry and Bresrick. Another classic Gwynry and Bresrick adventure.
Hooray! Oh, Zom's messaging me.
Mhm.
Oh, us. She would want to make a stop at the bathhouse on the way back to town. Okay. See what we can see. That's fair. Okay, so enchanted trinket for the ring was a thing
Yes.
for Brusrick. And then Gwynry and Brusrick want to also go check out the Iron Pit. And then Cree, Shins, what did you where did you want to go and do?
I think everything. The biggest thing for Kree would probably be the our rabbit.
So maybe some afternoon or nightly jaunting.
Mhm.
And the thing with that too, you can always pull an NPC with you if everyone's busy doing things as
You
well.
can take
Yeah.
Todd.
Right. You can go get Todd, go get the honey Genevieve, or always Silvara. Or you know what? Go nuts. Go find Skilla.
Yeah.
Just kidnap a small child. Take her
Oh,
on an
Not
adventure.
kidnapping, babysitting.
When I was doing AI generation of Skilla, I added a frying pan and a kitchen knife, and it just got weird. So I was like, I'm gonna just take that out of the prompt for now. Because it would be like there would be like a pot on the lizard folk's head with like the knife kind of like sticking into the pot. I was like, what the heck? Should have kept some of these. It's like, nope, lizard folk in a sundress. Done. We're good.
There you go.
Oh,
All
I'm
right.
migraine again.
You're back. Okay.
I
Any
just, it's
oh
And there she goes.
McCarthy would definitely.
mhm.
Aw.
No,
No,
you're
no.
back. You're back.
Okay. Okay, cool. She'd definitely be like, she wants to know what's going on with that ring.
Yeah.
The
Well, you,
pauses are killing it.
I know, right? It's causing me
pauses make us all
mild
feel-
panic.
yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah,
Bresrick's
yeah,
gonna
like-
just kind of not mention he's gonna go there, you know. Just kind of will say he's gonna have an errand.
Mhm.
Because
If
he's
they were
trying
going
to.
to the Iron Pit.
But yeah, we'll just do that. And
Yeah.
because he's trying to, he's getting bad vibes off of this thing, and he doesn't want McCarafay to worry. Well, now
No
you're a
sex.
fucking robot. Andy,
Beep,
what did you
Beep
say?
bop boop.
What?
Everybody's a robot.
The last 20 minutes of the session, everyone becomes robots.
That's
Sorry about that.
right.
I was in the kitchen.
That's why.
No, I was just saying more than she already is.
Well, yeah, and that's why he's trying to hide it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pickpocket Bresrick? I mean,
I think that was private. Yeah.
no, I don't.
That
Oh, no,
made
no,
that
no.
No,
even-
that was.
Yeah,
that
no,
was
that
kinda
was
chat,
definitely
chat.
intentional.
Well, Zom, you 100% could, but you got to be ready to deal with the consequences.
Also,
You're
it's not in
already
my it's
stealing
not in my
Yep.
hip it's not in my hip pocket, by the way. It's up by where I keep my platinum claw.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't gonna mention it. I had a integration, but I was like, nah, hold off.
Well, I mean, she would have seen me put it in my pocket,
Okay,
Mhm.
so that's why I'm giving that information for free. So
there you go.
McCarafay has to get on a fucking step ladder just to try to pick my pocket.
All right, I'm
I
gonna
think out of our
playfully.
entire party, I would be the only one that doesn't need something to
Yeah,
help
except
me.
you'd be like putting your weird bird feet in my pocket, and I'd be like, get away from me.
Yeah, it's because I use my fucking feet to grab things.
You gotta fly, don't you?
I have arms.
But you're still short, aren't you?
Oh
I
my!
could totally just be like, hey, you've got a thing, and they'd get like a handkerchief out and just be like, let me get that
Here's a sleight of
smudge
hand.
on your armor.
Let me wipe that blood from last night off.
Yeah, you've got a bit of blood.
Don't
got a
take
bit
that
of-
out of
clearer.
context.
Got a bit of shadow demon on you.
Yeah. You've got a splinter of skeleton shard in you. Some bone.
Just sticking out of your arm there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Jinx.
That
no.
that wasn't a joke, by the way.
No,
I know
didn't
that
think it
wasn't a
was.
joke.
I do want to, yeah.
I've been waiting for the roll.
You want to do it now?
Yeah, why not?
All right. It's gonna be hard. Just so
Was
you know.
it his perception?
Oh yeah. I guess it's an opposed roll, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's a slight, yeah, it'd be
Well,
slight
what's
there's an
what's your
advantage
what's
here.
your what's your passive perception?
Mine.
Just curious. Is it like 11?
Fuck. No, it's like.
Is it like lower? 10? I think 10's
How do I
minimum, right?
check passive? I can't remember.
I think it's on the main page. I think it's supposed to
It's
be
under
10.
skills.
I think it's
It's
10 plus wisdom.
Yeah, it's 10 plus your wisdom modifier.
Okay, 10 plus my wisdom.
So yours would be 9.
Mine's 9. Yeah.
Passive perception is at the very bottom. You see where your stat numbers are?
Oh yeah,
for, like,
yeah. There
wisdom
it is.
and
I
everything.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's below that.
yeah. That's my 9. Yep. Zombie fucking violating my brain, and then yes.
Rats.
Brunswick grabs your hand.
Yeah, you got to deal with the fallout of that one. I'm stepping back. You guys
Brunswick
along.
grabs your well, and actually, it wouldn't be your hand; it'd be your whole goddamn arm. And
Is Corvin still in the room?
probably, yeah.
Yeah, Corvin's just gonna be like, yeah, see how you like it.
Yeah, I'm holding him by the fucking skull, and I'm holding you by the arm. And you get a very intense stare.
Are you still reading into minds?
I think that would still be active, yeah.
Not for much longer though.
Brunswick's
Yeah, I was
mind
gonna
is
say.
just like, no.
I was gonna say
I'm gonna
the
switch
end
it
of
back
this.
to yeah.
The
I'm gonna
last,
switch it back to Broderick. Yeah.
the end thoughts are. Let's see. I don't know. Not rage, but a little bit of annoyance, I think would be, but like very strong annoyance.
Yeah. I'll look at you and be like, I need to know.
What the fuck was that for? God damn it, old man.
One day.
Now would have been the perfect time. Except, well, no, now would have been actually a terrible time. I'd have been like, no,
It would
old
be.
coot, I can't enjoy your presence right now.
Could you imagine Althea's like, get out of my fucking woods?
You just fucking. Anyways,
Sorry.
sorry that roll got me.
One day.
Let me check first, sister.
Birder.
You've been injured enough by this.
I'll just look at you and shake my head and be like, no, I need.
Oh, I hope he's not doing what I think he's gonna do.
If it's
What?
cast sleep, I can't do that right now.
No, it's not that. What's that line in that one epic song? Please don't make me think you're gonna do what you're gonna do. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll look at you
Resrick.
just pleadingly and just say, just let me come with you.
Resrick kind of sighs and says, "You can come with, but
Ooh.
I keep
Not what
the
I thought you were
ring.
gonna do.
I keep the ring the whole time."
That is all I ask.
I expected something different.
I thought about it, but I'm in Brosrick's mindset. And
That's good.
He's not yet at that point where he would be, you know. There's a few ways that he could go, and he's not yet there.
I try to plan really hard, so I have contingencies and backups for things. So, all right, cool. Cool. I like where that ended. Not where I expected. Okay, friends. Should we end here? We went, what, 1 extra hour?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
now would be a good time to
Yeah.
cut it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Da, da, da. Okay. So Zom, do you have a good to-do list for next time from everyone while we have everyone together?
I am going to go back and add stuff because I lost track of my notes because
That's
I forgot
fine.
to take my ADHD meds.
No, it's
Ooh.
all good. It's all good.
Thank God
See,
this is being recorded.
I know
Mhm.
Right.
part of me is like I don't write down this because I have you, and I also have now I have two freaking Google Docs that are like filling up and just so much stuff that I don't even know if we'll use, but it's still fun to make.
All right.
Okay. Everyone good? Any other last questions for me or each other?
That was all.
I mean, I got some stuff, but I'll ask after we get.
Yeah. I'm gonna be awake for at least another hour or so.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping I'd have reason to bring out one of the things I wrote.
Oh, yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's hard to incorporate so much.
Yeah.
Next episode, I gotta bring Gwynry in a bit more. I felt I needed more for you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did kind of turn into us, just me and Zombie, just being good cop, bad cop for like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very much. Yeah.
Hopefully it was at least entertaining.
Yeah,
Yep.
My other plan
because
to get answers from him was to like seduce him in a threatening way.
for a second I thought you were gonna say seduce him in a three-way.
Whoa,
mean-
whoa, whoa!
Paladin,
I
it's
never
hard.
agreed to this. He's not my type, thank you.
No one said
Nah.
you were the paladin.
He's not mine either.
But we've got enough NPCs around here.
Hey, you're a knight of of a holy order. Can you come help
Yeah.
me fuck this guy into telling us stuff?
We fucked this guy into submission.
Yeah, what's your oath to again? Yeah.
Fucking
I
people
mean,
into
it depends on
submission.
which god.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bahamut wouldn't give a shit, so.
Oh man, I was doing research on who typically worships Bahamut. Yeah. Do you say Bahamut or Bahamut?
I say Bahamut because it's
Okay.
based
Bahamut.
there. Bahamut and a lot of the draconic gods are based off of Egyptian god names.
Yeah, because I was doing some background into like the chromatic dragons worship Tiamat,
Yep,
and the
Mm.
metallic dragons
bitch.
worship Bahamut. Yeah.
Yeah, they're brother and sister.
Yeah.
And Tiamat.
See,
is,
I was thinking of you.
Yep. Tiamat's the one who's obsessed with necromancy, and Bahamut's like, fuck goddamn zombies. No offense,
I was
zombie.
just gonna make a joke when you were asking what god. It's like Slanesh.
I think I did mention at the very beginning, maybe session 0, I was like, I want you all to know that all the gods you want to exist in this world will exist. I just didn't tell you that there was a new set or an old set.
Well, I mean, I knew, but that's kind of.
Yeah. Look at you with your extra little knowledge over there.
Look at you, you mind reading bastard.
Well, the thing is, like, what time of day is it? Like noon now?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
Zom, you have no second level spell slots. We got a whole day.
All because you wanted to read about my trauma.
I did mention to you, I was like, just be careful of your spell slots because you don't know what's gonna happen.
I only have one second level spell, and it's Detect Thoughts. So
All right.
I did think carefully about that.
Okay.
Mid-battle detect thoughts. Flank. Alright.
I'm gonna bounce.
Alrighty.
Y'all have a good rest of your night.
You two.
So long and
See you
thanks
guys
for
all
all
in
the
2 weeks
fish.
and probably DM chat or Discord chats in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Later.
Deuces.
Ba-dum.
And to anybody still watching the stream, I'm gonna also deafen myself so that nobody has to listen to my fucking outro. To anybody still watching the stream, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me, keeping me company, or keeping us company, I should say. We will be back again in 2 weeks to do more D&D. I hope you're enjoying this so far. I sure as hell am. And I will be back tomorrow night with Andy and Brian, and we'll be doing more Stardew. Having fun with that. So, yeah, as always, friends, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of each other. Love y'all. Ooh, excuse me. And I'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.